Rival House Network.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hello?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Why the fuck do you think it's okay to call me?
Because
Because why?
I'm going through Netflix. I want to know what a good movie is to watch. You got anything?
No caller ID. Answer it.
Hello?
Hello?
What's up?
Who's this?
Yo, this is your old boy, fucking Joshua.
Joshua.
I'm just looking for, I want to know what a good movie is.
Yeah, wrong number, nigga.
Okay. Thanks
Okay.
anyway. Goodbye.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks that like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it yo a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that? Do that? Do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that? Do that, do that.
What's up, everybody? BTM commentary. We got Zach, myself, and Mac.
Yeah, boy.
Saw, dude.
Hey, Mac, for once, why don't you tell everybody what we're doing?
Fuck Mac.
Yo, so today we're gonna do the Scream, baby. We're
The
gonna
Scream.
watch that Scream, baby. Yeah, it's called The Scream, right?
The Scream.
That was called?
The fucking, the great fucking popular 1998
Six.
fucking,
Six?
The Scream. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Scream, Wes Craven, 1996. It started a whole fucking slew of late 90s shitty horror movies, but this one is good, you know?
It brought horror back to the fucking forefront. How you going to call him shitty?
I don't know. It's like a lot of things. It's
not
just
shitty.
it's like in music, you know. It's kind of hard to dog what launched a whole subgenre of music, of shitty music. Is like Korn, right? It's kind of hard to dog Korn, but everything they fucking produced was ass, right? For every time you had Korn, you had like 10 Edemas or fucking, you know.
Edema's amazing.
It is.
I
I like their cover of fucking Alice in Chains, baby.
What?
You would.
They do a cover of fucking Nutshell.
Oh, okay. Everybody always
Pretty
covered
good.
that song.
Nah, theirs is the best though.
Okay. Anyway, I actually covered that song. I have a video on my private YouTube.
I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch. No, I don't want to. You want to do an interview with me? No.
Yours is probably the worst. I bet Edema's is better.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started this movie in 3, 2, 1, play.
Hell yeah, we watching that DVD too. Rip. What's the Dimension logo here? See, Dimension, it's really Miramax Films, but they sometimes they use the name Dimension to fucking I guess deter from the fact that it was Dimension Film. Like, oh, we only make classy pictures. Like, we don't make horror. But then before too long, Dimension was just putting out like fucking comedies and everything.
I'm pretty sure Jay and Silent Bob fucking came there and beat their ass. That's why they took the Miramax off.
Mm-hmm. We got Drew Barrymore here. Here's a fun fact. Fucking Scream, it was the first fucking movie to ever do that stupid shit that they started doing in the 90s where the fucking poster was just like the cast. Like, oh, it's just a silhouette of the cast, like a bunch of headshots. And fucking, so basically they tried to do like a Psycho thing where fucking Drew Barrymore is always in the center, front and center on the poster. So they wanted people to think she was a star. So when she dies at the beginning, it's going to fuck everybody up.
Good. She deserves to die.
No, she doesn't.
It wasn't the Chad.
It was a pretty cool twist for the day. And also, you ever noticed in that first Scream poster, everything was obviously photographed much later because Skeet Ulrich has like a mustache and a goatee.
He has a
It's like-
goatee. It's like, I always notice that.
yeah, I mean, it was really weird. I mean, like, how hard would it have been from the
And
shape?
he's got like shoulder length hair.
I'm sure he was probably filming something where he needed it, right? Oh, he did
Yeah.
have shoulder length hair?
Something like that, if I remember right.
I thought it was slip black and he just had the goatee. But Drew Barrymore looks nothing like she does in the movie on the front of that. She's wearing all this weird ass makeup.
And what's funny is that wasn't even the original poster. That was like a variant. And that became like the fucking like default fucking like poster for all these movies that ripped this off. The original poster was just, I think it was just Drew Barrymore's face with her hand covering it. And it's like black and white and stuff.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
And they made like I remember when it came out on VHS, they made different cover arts for all the different versions of the VHS. Like there was a Drew Barrymore one, there was a fucking Courtney Cox one, and they had like blue light on their faces.
I don't remember that, but you're right. You know,
I had the Drew Barrymore cover, I think.
it spawned a lot. You know, The Faculty did the same thing, right? With the cover. All the Dimension movies did it, and I Know What You Did Last Summer did it. What are the other flicks that did it? They probably all did it.
Dude, we got the great scary movie from this movie, which is fucking dank.
Phantom.
Wayans brothers.
Cast this demon out of me!
Phantoms did it. Fucking.
You're right. Yeah, they were Dimension or Miramax too. That's right. Yeah, Phantoms. I've seen that movie a couple of times. It's very forgettable.
Phantoms with the mad notes.
Phantom. Fucking Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms, yo.
Hell yeah.
I always think Phantoms is notable because it reminds me of Dracula 2000 where...
Dracula 2000 had that cover?
No, yeah, it did. Dracula 2000 did have that cover. But anyway, those two movies kind of remind me of each other because they're both examples of, hey, we got to make these shitty genre movies that, you know, teenagers are going to eat up, but we really can't get anybody that's of serious note, right? Because a lot of the actors were up and coming or they were pulled from some WB show or something. So they would always get some legacy actor, like Peter O'Toole was in Phantoms.
Fucking Tool.
Right? It's like, and you could tell they would inject someone like Peter O'Toole or who was fucking in, who was that in Dracula 2000? That wasn't Max von Sydow.
Gerard Butler or something.
No, yeah, he was. He played Dracula. No, I'm talking about like an old, he wasn't anybody though. Who the fuck was it, man? It was Christopher Plummer. That's who was Dracula 2000. So you could tell they would get these old fucking Oscar winners from the 50s just to sell the movie to some old blue hairs, whoever was putting up the finances. But there was a lot of that going on.
Dude, I remember going to the theaters with Zach to see these. I remember back in the day we were trying to get the fucking the voice changers and they always came out with them, but they had the three stupid fucking voices, the fucking robot, what was it, the monster, and the alien.
Yeah, fucking voice changer technology doesn't fucking work like it does in this movie.
It's like we're in the 90s and I just want to know how they fucking grabbed a voice changer and those costumes really fast to like make that character.
Well, I always felt ripped off by the end. The twist is a little cheapened because clearly they got a different actor to play the Scream Guy voice. And it has, you know, and then it's like at the end of the movie, surprise, Sydney. Like that sounds nothing like the guy they've been talking to on the phone at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. How self-serving. Because don't you think a voice changer, I don't know, like even though it was two killers, the timbre and the way he spoke was the exact same.
It doesn't work like that. Yeah, voice changing technology.
Yeah, I'm still pissed that we still can't fucking figure out what to do after the alien, the monster, and the fucking was the robot. Why don't they have anything out yet? You know, they have all this other shit and they can't do a voice changer.
It's a simple fucking technology. It's not.
Oh, you just need it's like a guitar pedal with a bunch of knobs on it with settings, and you just tune through it to make the fucking sound you want.
It's got to have come a long way now. I mean, I'm not familiar with anything else.
No, I still see the voice changers. I'll go up to them every time I see one, and it's still the fucking same three stupid fucking things.
You're shopping for voice changers at Walmart, though.
Yeah. So I think,
bro, where the fuck? I'm not, dude. I'll go to anywhere. I went to Dean's Party Mania.
We're the fucking the high caliber of fucking voice changing technology at Walmart.
So it's possible that tech's not
Sam's
readily
Club.
available for 9-year-olds. But I'm pretty sure if you wanted to fork over the cash, like on a non-commercial level, you could find some impressive equipment. Or if they probably sell some fucking Darth Vader masks to fucking rich nerds, right? That are willing to pay $1,000.
Right.
Here's a fun fact. This film was released in December, 5 days before Christmas. The studio did this because during the holiday season, family-friendly movies are usually released. And the studio wanted to give the horror audience something to see during a time when no horror movies would come out. It opened at number 4 with $6.4 million, which led the studio to believe it was a flop. However, the film's good word of mouth is what led to the success of the box office, baby.
I want to know like how much it made after it was like released on like DVD and VHS.
Oh, it had to have done gangbucks on rental. It had to have done.
Because I know it was still going strong. It still is.
At the end of the box office run, it made over $100 million at the U.S. box office.
And that's 1996 books. 97.
See, like they're doing a 5th one now. So when did they say they were gonna work on that?
Well,
Did you guys read into it?
they've already like cast Dewey.
Yeah, he's back.
Well, my thing is they said that they're in negotiations. They're trying to get Nev Campbell on board, and Dewey's already agreed, which tells me they probably have 2 versions of the script, depending on if Nev Campbell agrees to do it. Right, ready to fire.
There's a bunch of different actors. They were gonna get to play Nev Campbell. Fucking Drew Barrymore was originally gonna play Nev Campbell, and it was her idea to change it to the person that dies at the beginning because of the Psycho connection. But fucking yeah, fucking Brittany Murphy was gonna play Sydney. Imagine that.
Oh yeah, that's
Sydney,
right.
I'll never tell.
Sydney would be fucking out of the series by now because she died in real life. Unless they just recast her.
Oh, yeah, you're right, man. It's fucked up.
Uncle Hank.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Brittany Murphy. Fucking King of the Hill's dank. See, I was thinking with my Young Bucks, I was thinking I should get the fucking rest of this King of the Hill series because Fox, they just abandoned putting out the box sets, and then some other like Olive Films or something had to pick up the slack, and they're all like fucking really expensive still.
Did they not put King of the Hill on Disney Plus like they did The Simpsons? And why not if not?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they did either. That's because it was on Hulu, and I'm sure maybe they lost that. I don't know. I binge watched it, I think, last year when it was on Hulu. They put it up there.
Oh, this is a rare slasher franchise where the original director helmed every movie in the franchise. That's never happened before or since, and it's
until now.
It's getting ready to not be true anymore. Yeah,
yeah, and that's kind of weird too. I mean, might as well. I don't know what are they gonna do. I still think it's weird they're actually choosing to do a sequel in this day and age. You would have swore they would have went the route of the reboot or whatever. Because we talked about this on one of our last podcasts, Mac. It's kind of odd. I'm for it, but it's also kind of odd because the gap between Scream 3 and Scream 4 was fucking massive, and the gap between Scream 4 and this new Scream 5,
it's the same.
It's going to end up almost being the same by the time it comes out. So it's like I'm surprised they didn't push doing a reboot because is any of the kids that they're going to be marketing to even going to remember Scream? Because the fucking gaps, like no.
Fuck the kids. Don't market toward the kids. They're the worst people to market to.
Yeah, this isn't for the kids. This is for us, baby.
But it was teenagers. It was huge.
The millennials, baby.
It was the teen scene. I'm just saying. And they're going to I mean, come on. Look, who do they throw in these fucking movies? They throw in people that teenagers recognize.
Leguizamo.
Yeah, John Leguizamo, the pest, should be the killer in the next one. I agree.
I would come.
I would. Or no, fucking Woody Harrelson. That would be great.
Yeah, we both agree that the only thing they could do at this point that would actually be somewhat of a twist would be to make Ghostface Killer is Ghostface Killer.
Hell yes.
Oh shit.
Fuck it, I would come.
That'd be fucking, yeah, that'd be dankage.
I'm surprised they didn't do that in one of the scary movies. Like, they were fucking too stupid to do that.
Dude, Jack Black.
That Jack Black would be fucked up, dude. He's like fat the whole time. You see him, like, clearly.
That would be scary.
The first time I watched this was on VHS. I walked in, it was the house I lived in by that big fucking factory that blew up multiple times while I was living in the house.
Or was it Morgan's?
Yeah, they don't know what the fuck that is though. So
yeah, it's just some factory.
It made dog food or something. But anyway, fucking, I walk in. My mom and my uncle Chris, who I've talked about him on the podcast before, he died really young, like in his 20s, and they were just watching it, and I was like, "What's this?" And, I don't remember when I walked in. It was later in the movie, but like, yeah, I was like, "This is awesome" and shit. See, this shot right here too. I remember my cousin Matt. He was always afraid of horror movies, and so I would always take him over to his house. He'd be like, "I ain't gonna watch it." But then I made him watch this one, and like that shot where Ghostface is chasing her and he stabs her. I remember he covered his eyes. I was like, "Holy shit, you're so repressed, dude."
It's really cool though. It's a cool shot though. I mean, his reveal is great.
I was just like, "This isn't that scary. This isn't a scary movie." But anyway,
that's kind of like how it was with me and you for fucking The Curse of Michael Myers.
You know what? Yeah. Hey, though, they play the drama up in the scene really well. It's really cool.
That was perfect. Looked just like it.
Oh,
just like it.
To get Drew Barrymore to cry, she like whenever
They
she
punched
showed
her
up,
in her pussy.
when she showed up to the set, she was basically telling Wes Craven about something she was reading about a guy that was discovered. He burned his dog alive, and she was crying over it. So after that, every time he wanted to get her to cry, to drive her over the edge for a shot, he would go, Drew, and he'd pull up a lighter, and she'd just start crying, and he'd start filming. He'd like flick his lighter.
He's like, fuck yeah. He'd flick his pickle.
That's like Stanley Kubrick light.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's not nearly as bad as what he did on The Shining.
It's also I read earlier that this is the only movie in the series that has the Scream title come up before the opening. Like they usually have the first kill and then it cuts to black and says Scream. Mm-hmm. And the at least in the theatrical version, it says Scream at the beginning before she answers the phone. I think I remember like on the VHS they recut the movie to be more like the sequels, so that it would say Scream after this opening kill, which is weird.
I think the movies in this franchise, we need to do all of them, by the way, but I think they're all fine. I mean, none of them are unwatchable, but the first one's the only one that really fucking matters. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I think
I like the second one. I think the second one was probably my favorite.
Really?
Growing up, it was. I don't know if it still is.
Yeah, no, me too. Growing up when I was a kid and I was really into this movie, I couldn't wait for Scream 2. Because when Scream 1 came out, we rented it. I want to say at the library. It's one of those flicks. And it was in 97 is probably when it hit.
Look at her. She's so fucking hot.
Look at the Nev.
Wow. And it was really great, man. I got bit by the bug. And I couldn't wait for 2. And when 2, I never got to go to the movie theaters. But when 2 came out, my mom rented it on pay-per-view for us, you know, where it played in loop for 24 hours. And I loved it. I was all about it. But it's just one of those things where you're hyped up on it then. And then as time goes on, I'm like, it's not as good as the first one.
She would be a perfect Sarah Connor.
Oh, yeah.
No, she wouldn't.
Oh, she'd be amazing.
What? Yeah, she would. She has the same lips and fucking eyeballs.
I mean, now she's way older, but
I meant
so Sarah Connor.
I think Mac is confusing me with somebody else. I didn't see any of these in the theater until part 3. Part 3 was the first one I saw in the theater.
Maybe that's what we saw in theater. I don't fucking know.
My dad took me. I don't think I saw it with you.
I could have sworn we went and seen it because we wouldn't stop fucking trying to do the voice changing shit.
We did watch it as kids.
We did.
Yeah, I don't think we saw it in the theater though.
Maybe it was at your house. I don't fucking know.
I like the second one. I think there's a steady decline. Well, I'd almost say they decline. But I think 4, I'd have to watch them again. 4's probably a little bit better than the third one. The third one's straight ass. I think I'd have to watch them again. I've only seen the 4th one once.
The third one is the only one in the series that has one killer. Like, that was the one that they were originally going to bring Stu back. Like, Stu's been alive and he's the killer. And, yeah, fucking.
Well, he wasn't necessarily going to be the killer. He was the facilitator from prison. And he was going to be working with someone on the outside.
See, that's lame. He should have just been the killer.
Well, they probably would have had it been like someone that was obsessed with serial killers that was writing, you know, pen pal notes to Stu in prison, and you know, I'm just guessing that's what they would have did, or it would have been his fucking mom, just like they did Billy's little mom.
He's calling Stu on the fucking phone at the prison. He's like, Stu, I'm your biggest fan. What's your favorite scary movie?
Can they ever not do 2 killers though, and it be a shock, and it be as effective? Can they get away with as much?
Well, they did in 3. It was a fucking terrible movie.
Yeah, 3 just kind of went too far.
I remember 3, there's scenes in the movie where Sydney's seeing her dead mom, which were creepy, seeing them in the theater as a kid, but like, how does that make any sense?
In 3, yeah, that scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, when you watch it now. But yeah, like, she shows her tits here, and it shows them on screen, and they're fucking amazing. I just want to fucking cum all over them.
You know, why did they do that, by the way? So Wes Craven, coming off the films he did, and especially the Nightmare franchise, where he was not afraid to show tits. Why this movie? Is it because she was like a Party of 5? She was on Fox, like a kind of a primetime soap opera drama.
It's weird. Like in the 90s.
They signed those contracts. Yeah, it's like,
the horror movie rules were all different in the 90s. I swear, like a lot of these teen, like, fucking slasher movies didn't have boobies in them. It was weird.
Well, they were all picked off from like WB shows or and so it's like we can't ruin their image. Yeah, their contracts and stuff like that. And I don't fucking know. I mean, Harvey Weinstein didn't care because he got to see those titties regardless. He doesn't give a shit if you or I get to see him.
He's in fucking like that guy should have been the killer in the movie. Like you wouldn't even have to put a fucking mask over that fucker's face.
Hey, speaking of the killer, going back actually, now that I think about it with that Ghostface Killer thing, that idea, I I could see maybe them not wanting to even try that if it did come up, because I don't think Ghostface Killer is very recognizable in the face, like to most people. If Scary Movie was aiming to just go after the African American urban demo, yeah, maybe most of them are going to see who Ghostface Killer is and know it. But maybe we know the name, but I just don't think when you see him on screen, like, oh my God, it's Ghostface Killer.
Oh, and they would have just said, oh, Ghostface Killer from Wu-Tang Clan?
But that's true too. But like, even if they would have said it, which they would have had to, I still think it would have been lost on a certain demographic. It's not like he's Puff Daddy, right?
They suck and should just die in a fire, though. Like, we don't need them to get it.
He looks like a bootleg Johnny Depp.
I always thought that too. I saw him and I'm like,
great value, Johnny Depp.
I just mentioned, like, I want to fucking come all over Sydney's tits. Skeet
You got
Ulrich.
to.
His name is Skeet. He could have skeeted all over tits and said, I'm Skeet, baby. What's my name? I'm Skeet.
That's my little brother's name, Skeet.
That's a terrible fucking name.
It is. What the
Because your parents hate your younger brother.
No, what happened was my brother. So I got two brothers that are a year apart. I think they're like 17 to 16 now. But when the older one was born, my mom named him Lane, and my dad fucking hated it. He's like, "No, you're called Pete." I think he was obsessed with Toy Story 2 at the time. So when he had a stinky diaper, he'd call him Stinky Pete Prospector, right? And eventually, over time, as he grew up, everything else got dropped and he just became Pete. And then a year later, when Logan was born, my dad said that name is straight fucking shit. I'm calling him Skeet. So they were Pete and Skeet, like Twiddledee, Tweedledum type shit.
Okay, so one's name's Logan and the other one's name's fucking
Lane and Logan. But
Lane. So that's not their real names. You lied.
Your dad had like the worst fucking
Yeah, that was horrible.
ideas when it came to names. Like, I want to call him what you call cum. I want to. He's basically my cum, so I'm gonna call him cum. Basically,
He'd call it Cump.
oh yeah.
But it had a ring to it when you were yelling for
Keep.
him, like summon Pete and Skeet.
Look at that Keep.
Look at them tits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's almost got...
Just put them in a fucking row, baby.
Jinkies.
she kind of has like an old school, like Sharon Tate type of vibe, right?
She's got a Scooby-Doo fucking clothing line.
Fuck yeah. Scoob.
She's insufferable, man. I mean, obviously, we all know the way she's been.
I don't know if this is a high question, but I just want to know. I want to pick your guys' minds a little bit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you could make a horror movie, what would you make your horror movie about?
I would just like...
Would you choose like a slasher? Would you choose a plague? What would you do? Like,
I've always been a fan of more psychological horror. You know, stuff like The Shining. Like, I'm more stuff that fucks with your mind. I don't think you necessarily have to like see a whole lot. I know The Shining shows you, even when The Shining shows you shit, it's always kind of in flashes and bursts, right? For the most part. I
still
prefer
scary as fuck.
Yeah, I prefer subtle stuff. I prefer psychological or ghost stories. As much as I like fucking wacky Freddy Krueger and stuff, I'd probably lean towards that. Because those movies tend to be really timeless, right? You could make The Shining could have came out today if somebody
you can do as many as you want. You can fucking milk it like the Fast and the Furious.
But I'm saying an idea like The Shining, it could have never have came out 40 years ago, and it could have came out today, and it would have been just as good, and it would have been just as doable. But whereas today, I think...
Speaking of doable, Matthew Lillard, fuck.
He's got a big
Shaggy.
target in between the big ass space between his eyes for your cum shot.
I love him. I want to cum all over him.
Oh yeah, he's wanting to do the fucking voice for Scooby-Doo or in like the new one, and they like haven't even asked him yet. Fucking douchebags.
Yeah, he does the Shaggy voice in the cartoons nowadays, and they didn't ask him.
Right?
Do you guys know what I'm talking about, though? Doesn't it seem like today, though, a character, the day of the slasher with the personality's dead?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think you can have like a Freddy Krueger and it be a big, and it become the big pop culture thing where it's eventually a giant commercial and him making all these pop culture references. It seems like that's dead. Obviously, killer doll movies are dead.
I feel like you could do it and it'd be a lot easier now.
It would have to be but it would have to cause a resurgence of some sort.
Like, you could do your own fucking thing for it. You don't have to go, because there's like there's so many social media things you can use.
If I could make a movie, I would make a revenge movie, a revenge story.
And those are, because those are always very satisfying. And I don't think they have to be the most creative to be satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's a good one too. What would you do, Mac?
Fuck. I would have to go with, I don't know. I really like Ghosts and like Poltergeist and shit, but like a lot of the shit that's been out fucking sucks. You know what I mean?
It fucking sucks.
It fucking sucks, guys. So I don't know. I would probably want to do some fucking weird shit, like kind of like the psychology thing, but like add to it. I don't know, because like there's Hereditary, which I don't know. I couldn't get into it.
I love it.
Like the demon shit. I'd probably do something like that.
I think when you go the psychological route, you have the greater chance of being respected by the horror crowd, but also the highbrow like film elitists. You know, movies like Psycho and The Shining and Rosemary's Baby. These movies are held in high regard by anybody, and that's why I think you can make them anytime today.
It's like if you were to make a slasher nowadays, what would you even fucking do with it? You know what I mean?
Well, the only thing he could do, kill people in the movie.
Well, I mean, like, what would you make them look like? You gotta fucking, it's gotta top all these classics. You know what I mean? Or it'll be a fucking letdown.
It used to be all about giving them some other like unique weapon that hasn't been used before. Slumber Party Massacre.
Dude, they need to do a fucking clock tower style one where it's a fucking
giant pair of scissors.
Or you could do a fucking Don't Look Now with the midget. That shit always fucks me up. You throw a midget killing someone in there and it's fucking its face is just fucked up and you can't see its body. Fuck me.
Calm inducing.
Dude, that movie freaks me out. Just the music just fucks me up.
That movie. We don't know what that movie is, Mac.
Don't Look Now.
He said Don't Look Now.
I said that.
Yeah, but you're throwing out titles left and right, so you gotta confirm.
I got it. He said Don't Look Now. He probably thought you were giving him a command, Mac, like Don't Look Now, and he starts looking behind his shoulder, like what? But I think with slashers,
that's not what he was doing.
Slashers, though, man, like I think whenever they come out with one these days, they never not look like they're trying to be retro, or they get kind of shoehorned in this like retro thing. Like, oh, they're trying to be retro. Like whenever I see like the Victor Crowley movies, I just feel like, yeah, people really like those movies, but they're kind of appreciated in this retro niche crowd. Like, I don't know if they're not in theaters. They seem kind of, I don't know, homage-y and stocky, and they just seem like they're playing off an era. I don't know. I just don't think
it's pronounced homage.
Dumas.
Yeah, like Sweet Tooth though from Twisted Metal.
What?
That'd be a cool fucking slasher.
Oh,
Sweet Tooth.
Clowns have been done to death.
Well, yeah, but Sweet Tooth is
a killer that wears like a fucking Ronald Reagan mask or something. That'd be creepy. Ronald Reagan's ugly guy.
Like The Following.
Sure.
All I know is, are we officially out? We're not officially out of the creepypasta horror movies yet.
Oh, wait a minute. Fucking David Arquette made a slasher movie about a guy that wears a fucking Reagan mask. Fucking mind blown. Illuminati exposed.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The Tripper. And fucking David Arquette plays Dewey. Dewey was originally going to be like a heartthrob type of character. And fucking they were going to have fucking Arquette play Billy. And he's like, I want to play Dewey instead. They rewrote him to be a bumbling idiot cop. It's pretty donk.
They were going to have him play Billy? That's fucking weird.
Billy is a fucking sexy stud. And Arquette is a sexy stud.
I guess it's a smart move. You know, it gave him sustained work.
How much would you give for like the Skeet Ulrich and fucking Arquette fucking sex tape?
I thought you were going to say Skeet Ulrich R. Kelly sex tape.
That too?
Pisses on him.
Is that a thing?
No.
Has that already happened?
No.
I have the R. Kelly sex tape, by the way.
Good for you. Is it as good
I
as
don't,
the
really.
Chuck Berry sex tape?
Technically, it's child porn, so if I did, I'd probably go to jail.
I was going to say, what the fuck?
We should do a commentary on the Chuck Berry sex tape.
But yeah, in Chicago, like if you walking around Chicago, you could buy that all over the place, all over on the streets. We should have done that, Mac. And you remember what he used as defense? He was like, "That's a deep fake. That ain't me in the video. It's some CGI."
You talking about R. Kelly?
He was saying it was like CGI.
I didn't watch is that from the documentary Surviving R. Kelly? I didn't see it.
That's just what he said.
I never see it. White people fart in my face matters.
Oh yeah. Oh, here's a funny thing. When Henry Winkler opens the closet, his black leather Fonzie jacket from Happy Days is hanging in it. That's donk.
I fucking love the Wink,
That's
dude.
awesome.
He's awesome. And I think he's great in this movie.
You love his dick?
I think, what's the whole deal with him? Are we supposed to think he's a scumbag? Like him, treating the students like shit, like acting like he cares so much about the integrity of the school, and them treating Sydney like shit and by torture, and then him doing the fat mask in the face. Ooh, in private. Like, who does that?
He's amazing.
Who does that?
Oh, this is also like kind of funny. This is the only fucking a slasher movie, but any horror movie really, where you could immediately go out and buy the mask from the movie in Walmart. Like any other series, it's like, oh, they had a Jason mask, but it didn't look like Jason. They had fucking, like all, it was always like that.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, and it's because the mask, the ghost face, it existed before
Look
the
at
movie.
that ash.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's funny because, I mean, we did that after, I want to say in like 96, 97. We went out and just bought generic ones from Walmart for $5 or whatever piece, and they're fucking movie quality, right?
Well, hold on now.
But they started marketing them. Then it became Scream. They must have like copyright. They must have bought the design or something. Because I think it's kind of hard to find them generic anymore. But go ahead. They used to have different kinds, like not just the ghost face. They'd have different faces.
But that's the name of the brand, though, Ghostface, I believe. Because I used to be on like the site and people were obsessed with them, like trying to find them.
I got some fucking trivia about it. I can go through it real quick if you want. The Ghostface mask was first developed for novelty stores during the Halloween season between 91 and 92 by Fun World employees Bridget.
Fun World, that's what it is.
As part of a series called Fantastic Faces. The mask itself, known as the Peanut-Eyed Ghost, the final design was approved by Fun World's vice president. Wes Craven claimed to have originally found the mask, but later clarified that he had misremembered the event and that it was producer Marianne Madalena who discovered it. She found it while inside a house during location scouting for the film and brought it to the attention of Wes Craven, who set about trying to obtain the rights to use it. And Fun World licensing director RJ joined Fun World in 96 and was given the task of naming the mask prior to its film debut, deciding on Ghostface. With the blessing of Fun World owners Stanley and Alan Geller, Torbert felt it looked like a ghost in pain, believing it to be a unique design. The Ghostface design and title are owned by Fun World.
So I take it back. When I first got my Ghostface mask, it was actually 95 before I ever saw the movie. The movie wasn't even out yet. We got it the year before, and I was living in Kentucky. And I remember my original one in 95. It was glow in the dark. And I bought mine at Walmart. It was a Walmart, so not like but
the old Jason masks that look like shit were glow in the dark too, from Walmart.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about. Remember when we went to Kmart and they had the Jason X masks? Those were pretty decent, but they were fucking rubbery. They were so rubbery, and you couldn't do anything with it.
The Jason X, like Uber Jason mask, was mass produced, and there was it had like his head part of it, like, and it looked like shit. But I remember Mac cut like his head part off, so it was just the metal mask. And yeah, it looked pretty good.
What did we do with that? Did we bury it? We used to bury masks all the time.
You gave it to me, and I don't remember where it is.
His backyard is probably like... I know we buried a fucking Michael Myers mask before they fucking used that idea in Rob Zombies.
Yeah, what's funny is like years later we found
We're
it.
like, that is not what it looks like. We know exactly what it looks like. It was all fucking green.
We found an old Michael Myers mask we buried in my backyard, and it still looked the same, except like the fucking paint on it was cracking. It's like, oh, it doesn't look like it does in the movie.
wait, so why did you guys bury it though?
I don't know.
It was just my idea. I was like, dude, we should bury it because that'd be fucking cool to dig it up later on. There was shit.
We got it from a store called Deeds Party Mania, and it looked like shit.
It was like the best. It was the best Halloween Myers mask you could find anywhere, but it was $70 fucking too. Like they fucking yanked you.
So let's bury it. Let's bury this.
Look at that. What was that old device that just fell out of his pocket? What is that? It looks like some fucking caveman drawing or something. What is this?
Doodle Bob cell phone.
Some kind of fucking primitive talking device. Walkie-talkie, maybe. I can't tell.
Oh, in 1995, this was probably filming, came out in 96. Only rich people had cell phones. I mean, none of us could really relate to that device, right?
He did. I think everybody kind of did. It was just not as huge as it is now. Like here in a minute, he'll be like, why'd you have this phone? He's like, everybody's got one, Sheriff. Unless they just fucking made that up for the movie and people just believe it. Which it worked on me.
Well, back then, like literally, it would have been suspicious back then. I mean, cell phones didn't start becoming kind of popular until like Cricket, like those old shitty Cricket phones and shit like that. And it was like when I was in high school. I want to say like maybe 2003, 2003. Some of the kids in school, the wealthier the kids, they would have them because their parents would. My parent might give them some on their plan, but Like not everybody had them or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 1995, yeah, dude. The only person that I wouldn't have said they were a drug dealer because they would have still had pagers in 1995. If you had a cell phone, I mean, I guess you could have been a rich kid drug dealer, but then why are you fucking selling drugs if you're a rich kid? You must be a murderer.
Fucking make some more money. That's how you got rich as a rich kid selling drugs. That's the good dough.
Yes, Dewey.
But yeah, you're gonna tell me you wouldn't fuck Rose McGowan's chin?
I think she's insufferable, man. I mean,
That fucking that butt chin she got.
I remember she did this movie. Was it called Hard Candy or Rock Candy, where Marilyn Manson was fucking her in the ass? Jawbreaker. Okay, close enough. But there's that little montage scene where like Marilyn Manson with no makeup. That was the first time I ever saw him with no makeup. When he was dating her, he was fucking her like from behind in that movie.
I don't think that happens. I think you're just wishing that happened.
No, yeah, it's like she met him in a bar, and he didn't have any speaking lines. It was all kind of a montage type of scene because she was kind of a wild child, right? In the high school.
I think she was like sucking his dick or something.
Dude, no. He was fucking her from behind, and it showed his face going, ah.
We all know you want to fuck Marilyn Manson. And you're just inserting that into your fantasies.
I never realized this was the guy from the Meatloaf movie. And he's a New Nightmare, right? He's the coroner.
Oh, that's Bucky from Kentucky from fucking Pauly Shore's Dead. I want my weasel, and I want him now.
Yeah, that's Bucky from Kentucky. It's the coroner from Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and yeah, Meatloaf. But I never realized that back in the day. It's like, oh, it's funny. It's amazing what a mustache will do to somebody.
Would you meet? You know what his fucking name is in the movie too? He's Kenny the cameraman.
Fucked up.
What if it's the same character from fucking Heavyweights? He just gained some weight
and grew a mustache.
Exactly.
That would be great if it was Alan Culver was in this movie. I really wish he would. He could work outside of Adam Sandler. Why not? Why doesn't anybody give him a job?
See, maybe if this guy fucking did what Jason does, and Jason Goes to Hell, he fucking shaved him and then like kissed him until he like swapped bodies with him.
You know, Alan Culver, by the way, was just Adam Sandler just puts his friends in movies. He was just working as the door guy at the Comedy Store. He was just a fucking guy working for minimum wage at the door. This guy gets to be in every one of that fucker's movies.
Exactly.
He just happened to be kind of a fun guy and a funny dude.
That's how it works, baby. That guy looks familiar, that guy in the back.
He looks angry. He looks repressed. Look at him. He looks weird.
He looks familiar.
He kind of looks like the female gremlin transvestite. Gremlins too.
Why, you want to fuck him?
No, I'm just saying he's kind of got those weird
projecting breasts. Again, Aaron?
It always disturbed me how he put this emphasis. I didn't kill anybody.
I didn't kill anybody.
I didn't kill anybody.
You hear me?
I didn't kill it. Sheriff, I didn't kill anybody.
It's crazy.
I didn't do it.
He looks fucking weird. Look at that guy.
Look at it. He gives her the fucking death stare here.
Yeah.
See,
he looks like a bootleg fucking, what's his name from Shameless, the dad, Frank.
Oh, William H. Macy. Yeah, he's kind of got that vibe, that kind of gremlin face.
I shot William H. Macy.
In the face?
Yeah, fucking, that scene. So the first time I watched this with my mom and my uncle, I walked in around that scene where his phone falls out. And yeah, so I remember watching the movie. They're both wondering like, "Who's the killer? Who's the killer?" And I'm just like, I didn't say it's fucking. I was like, "It's the boyfriend. It's Billy." And they're like, "No. They already they solved that. It's not him." And I was like, "No." And they're just doing that to trick us.
I will say this though, this is actually one of the very few whodunits that still has rewatchability. Because a lot of times when you have these whodunit type movies, you kind of, it's spent after the first viewing. It takes you, I don't know, this one is still very watchable. I kind of wish I could go back in time and watch it for the first time again, though, as an adult, not knowing what happens.
That's why I'm looking forward to when I get old as fuck and start losing my memories. Fucking, you get the Alzheimer's. You get to watch all your favorite movies again for the first time.
This is a good movie, Billy. Have you seen it? Grandpa, you showed me this movie a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give me that lip, you son of a bitch.
You son of a whore.
You papa son of a whore.
Yeah, are you doing the fucking grandpa from South Park?
Hey, Billy.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix turned down the role to play Billy Loomis.
Interesting.
Would you have Joaquin'd his Phoenix?
He would have did the role pretty well.
I would have walked in on it.
He can do pretty much good in anything.
Courtney Cox here playing Gail Weathers. I would Courtney her Cox.
Should have been Courtney Love.
Fuck yeah.
I'd put my cocks in her Courtney.
I put my cocks in her Courtney. And her
I'd
crease.
put my cocks on the rocks.
Oh yeah. This is the movie that Arquette and Courtney Cox met and eventually married each other and then divorced years later.
But yeah,
And then he became a wrestler.
and they were
Wrestling's not fat.
they did Scream 4 post divorce. So I'm sure they'll
See,
be.
Yeah.
We're probably the only people in the world that have like fond memories of Ready to Rumble. Everybody else, when they think about it, they're like, "Oh, fuck."
It's like jury duty. No one knows about it except for us.
I've never watched Ready to Rumble.
It's because you're beta. But everybody else, whenever they think about it, they're like, "Fucking yeah!" I remember when WCW made Arquette the fucking heavyweight champion when that movie was coming out just to promote the movie, and we're like, "Yeah!" And we say it like we're excited, and they say it like it's the fucking dumbest thing ever. We're like, "Fuck you!"
And now we know.
Exactly.
But we still don't care because wrestling's not fat.
I need to watch it, man, because I'm sure I'd like. I slowly but surely get to these movies that you like that I never watched, and I finally sat down. I know we didn't we do a commentary on Stay Tuned back in the day, right?
Stay tuned. Hell yeah.
But I didn't really count that as watching it. I wasn't really paying that much attention. I watched it on my own a couple nights ago, and I really enjoyed it. It felt like it felt like my first time watching it, and it felt like one of those movies that I'd been watching for years. It really did. Like, I feel like this is a movie I've been watching those five, but I never actually saw it. And
That'd be great, real quick, if Rose McGowan's came in and said, "Hey, Sydney, nice legs. What time do they open?" Go ahead now.
No, I was gonna say I understand the fact that it's probably not the highest brow. It's not like the most amazing movie in the world, but I'm kind of a sucker for movies that are early 90s.
It's got everybody's favorite convicted sex child molester in it.
Jeffrey Jones. But I'm just a sucker for movies in the early 90s, man. I mean, that's when I was growing up. So that movie is fucking early 90s to the core. So I mean, it's at least a 7. It's a 7 out of 10. It's a fun movie. I love all the fucking references. I like it's kind of like people that did those 90s movies.
Look at that pussy mustache.
Yeah.
That's a great mustache.
Are you there?
The people that put on those 90s movies during the day, it's like they really didn't quite get the fashion because they went too far with it. Because everybody's like ultra 90s. Like you see like the son in Stay Tuned, he's wearing like a backwards fucking bright pink ball cap, fucking bright yellow. You know, it's not quite accurate, but it's a lot of fun. It's just like those commercials. He's watched Pop-Tart commercials and shit in like 1992. And it's like they quite don't get how kids dress. Not quite. You know, we don't all fucking skateboard and say rad.
Oh yeah, I remember this guy, Cotton Weary. He's just like, he's in the movies, like he's just some fucking guy that shows up every once in a while until part 3, whatever. Part 3, he's like all there and shit, and then he dies at the beginning of it, I think. But Cotton Weary, bro. Cotton Weary.
He has more of a role in the second one. Isn't he like...
I think he just shows up towards the end again.
Isn't he in the third act? He's in the third act, right?
Yeah, but he just kind of shows up at the end. Like they have him held hostage or something. Fucking Roseanne's sisters there and shit. And Timothy Elephant.
Yeah, how about that, though? It's like not only is it Billy's mom, that twist, we're just going to say she had liposuction and she's totally unrecognizable to Sydney.
Yeah, like, I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe she just didn't meet Billy's mom. Who knows? Fucking, just fucking, you know.
But that's one of those, say, in this movie, it's a twist that you could honestly, guess.
Oh, hey, that's Linda Blair right there.
Linda Blair.
And they mentioned her earlier. He's like, "Oh, I was watching The Exorcist and I got thinking about us." So he fucking broke, continuity. They mentioned the actress in the movie.
This movie, though, I mean, I never would have saw it coming when I was a kid, like the two killers and shit like that. But, if you're an adult watching this for the first time and you're just spitballing and throwing out every fucking possibility known to man on what the ending could be, you might land on it because everything is in the movie. If for you to guess, technically. The second one, nobody nobody fucking could have guessed randomly Billy's mom was the killer.
I always hate that whenever they do that and whodunit kind of.
It's totally out of left field. Like, oh, Billy's mom, okay, like she had no role in this movie at all.
She's in one scene and she says like 2 words before it's revealed.
I guess the fucking art student, whatever his name is, the second killer, but I don't know. He's the copycat, right?
I was thinking like, oh yeah, they mentioned House 1 and House 2 in this movie, but that's in part 2.
Yeah, I think I bought all 4 movies this past year on Vudu for like really cheap, like $5 for all 4.
$9. I got it.
And I forgot I had them because they put them in this shitty, stupid folder because they won't let you move around the movies the way you want. If you
macaroni,
if you buy stuff in a bundle, they shove it in some folder on and it makes it hard to really see what you got. I got this 90s folder because it was dirt ass cheap, and it's like 10 movies from the 90s, shit like Clueless and fucking whatever. And it was a good deal. And I always forget I have these movies because it's all buried in a folder somewhere. I fucking hate it. They need to fix that shit on Vudu.
Yeah. But you can make your own lists, I saw. Yeah, I got a fucking Jack Black pack.
Oh, you did?
Fucking amazing.
Got that Gulliver's Travels?
No, it's his good movies. It's fucking School of Rock, Nacho
Fuck
Libre,
yeah, dude. Orange County.
And Orange County.
Orange County, baby.
See, one of those movies
is the same one.
Is a really good movie. See, why don't they put out Saving Silverman, the R-rated cut, on like digital? Like, if you can't watch that movie in the R-rated cut, there's no reason to watch it.
Hey, Zach, have you had a chance to check out HBO Max?
There's no app for it yet, so I haven't.
Yeah, I know. It's fucked up, dude. Like,
is there an app on like PlayStation and shit? There might be.
I would have to check, but it's fucked up because it launched and there's no Vudu there's no Roku or Amazon app for it. The two biggest streaming platforms. And it was all down to they couldn't work out a deal yet. And that sounds fucking terrible. It's like how. Because I still don't have it. I refuse to. Now I feel like I'm watching the fucking primitive beta one. Like I refuse to watch it. I feel like I want HBO Max.
Well, you are a primitive beta, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but it's still fucking. I mean, I guess technically I could watch it from the browser.
You can watch it on your phone. I saw they have all the the Godzilla movies, which I've always wanted to watch.
Yeah, they put all the Freddy Krueger movies in there, the Godzilla movies. They're
see, I want to tackle the Nightmare on Elm Street movies on Mac and Zach.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I've been wanting to just watch them lately.
Oh yeah.
What else is on there? There's a lot of shit on there. I mean, it's Warner Brothers, so like, not that you give a shit, but I've never seen a single fucking Studio Ghibli movie, but they're all on there. So it's like, I might actually watch a Studio Ghibli. I'm not an anime guy, but like, I might watch Howl's Moving Castle, like just to see, like, okay, is there something? Is there something that stands out about these? Hal. Okay.
The Lale.
That's the greatest fucking moment in video game history when he walks into the room, fucking the bird is saying "How," and he just fucking drops to his knees in slow motion.
How?
Is that 4? Part 4?
Part 2.
No, that's 2.
Oh, okay.
When you have to swim with your fucking sister, it's fucking annoying.
That part's annoying.
Oh, what was this fucking sister's name again? M.
Didn't he fuck her mom?
I think it was like Emma.
Emma Emmerich. Emmerich.
So it's not really his sister; it's his stepsister.
Yeah.
Wait. He fucked his stepsister?
Fucked his mom.
No, he fucked her mom. He fucked the mom. He made it seem like it was his real mom.
But it fucked the stepmom.
It was fucked up. Yeah.
She was making love to me.
Yeah. I really did. That is one of those series where I just need to sit down and watch like the YouTube edit of all the cutscenes. So, because you pretty much would have to play them all back to back to fully remember all the story bits.
I remember every time a new game was coming out, I would do that. I would marathon them all so that they were all fresh in my mind.
The second one is super convoluted, and I don't remember now I remember it when you talk about it.
Dude, I never had a problem going through and playing them again. I can go through those games like...
Two's the weakest. I know for some people it's the
What?
best.
No.
It's divisive. Some people I know it's the best, but I think it's the weakest.
2 is fun to play. It's fun to just...
2 is so fucking Illuminati.
2 is fun to turn like, a podcast on or some fucking album and just play around on. Like part 4 is like a game that like it's fun like for 3 playthroughs and then it stops being fun to me.
It was just I fucking ended up falling asleep every fucking cinematic scene that would come on.
Well, that one you could definitely just...
Seriously, I fell asleep one time when I was playing it. I was waiting for it to fucking be done. It was whenever Liquid comes out in the boat with everyone and he points his fingers and everyone's like, what the fuck? I can't use my gun. And I fucking fell asleep and woke up and it was still playing the fucking cinematic.
The final cutscene is an hour and 30 something minutes.
It's like I love it and hate it at the same time. It's just fucked up. Like
more than any of them, you could watch just the YouTube edit of 4 because
I never like skipping them. I just like watching them too. I don't know.
This is a great scene.
I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 4 since the first time I did though. So I mean,
It's the first time I played Metal Gear Solid 4.
I've always wanted to go back and play it, but you know what? I think
listen how fucking cruel they're being. Like, oh fucking, that's because she's a slut, just like her mother. Like, what a fucking bitch. I would kick that door down and shove my fucking foot up her fucking snatch. My steel-toed boot.
That's because Janie's mommy's the boogeyman.
I thought you were going to say you shove your cock in her throat, teach her a lesson.
Well, I'd be a woman in this movie because I'd be Cindy.
Oh yeah.
But if I had a cock, I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
I'd ask first. I wouldn't just fucking. I'm not no fucking Weinstein over here.
Hey, really quick, I was kind of bummed out that I was hoping that they should have put out Metal Gear Solid 4 a reskinned one like on PS4, like a nicer one, and tweaked the controls a little
subsistence version, maybe.
Yeah, man, that would have been great.
Yeah, and maybe tweak it to give it the extra tweaked controllers of Part 5, which were perfection, and then I would replay it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. See this part,
and there's no achievements on it, by the way. Metal Gear Solid 4 was so early; it was before they introduced trophies and all that bullshit.
I think they did update it so that there were some.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. Here's another mask fact. The mask is based on a few things. The painting Scream by Edward Munch. The character on the cover of the Pink Floyd album, The Wall, which isn't on the album, it's on the fucking movie poster of it. And what's this? The ghostly character that appeared in a 1930s Betty Boop cartoon. The mask is stark white and depicts a caricature of someone screaming and crying at the same time. Designer Slytherin stated that the mask displayed different emotions. It's a horrible look, it's a sorry look, it's a frantic look.
It was also in Wu-Tang Clan.
Every time Zach struggles to say a word, I was gonna go, you can't even read.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Today, Junior.
Fuck yeah.
Making fun of her kid for trying to read. Are you psycho?
See, like, is high school this bad? Like, would anybody really fuck with somebody like that? Like, oh, you got attacked by this guy. I'm going to fucking put that on, hang out in the bathroom until you go there, and then fucking scare the shit out of you. What a fucking cunt.
It's Westboro Baptist, baby.
Hell yeah. They're going to hold those signs up and shit. What did you guys think whenever fucking the leader of Westboro Baptist Church died? Fucking Fred Phelps? Did you crack a bottle?
I cried a little bit.
When did he die? Maybe I missed it.
I don't remember.
Who fucking cares?
I was like, you know what? I'm not necessarily happy, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. Nah, I'm just lying. I was happy.
I mean, he was probably a closet dick sucker.
He apparently he said that. But
he said that?
There were stories that like
his last words.
There were stories that like he like he was saying stuff like that, but they just assumed he was losing it. Like always got dementia now.
Yeah, that's what I would say about my dad too. If that was him going, I'd save some dignity.
I think anybody that really hates gay people probably just wants. They see it as like I want to fuck gay guys, and I don't succumb to it. So I get pissed off when people are living the life I want to live. I get pissed off if they're not angry at themselves like I am. What other reason is there?
It's fucked up, but that really does happen.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's like fucking Hey Arnold, baby.
Hey Arnold,
she beats the fuck out of him, but she loves him.
She was really a lesbian, I think.
Yeah,
you talk about the unibrow?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, anybody that allows themselves to lose sleep over that shit has issues like that are unaddressed. About what somebody else is doing to a degree. It's just.
You mean they have issues on vinyl or like fucking some other format like audio cassette?
I like Issues, man. I might want one of those because Issues is a dank album, baby.
Remember how they had that? They had like, oh yeah,
the cover contest.
Yeah, the cover contest.
Dude, that was great, and I loved the cover was great. I don't know why I was so obsessed with it.
You weren't able to really find the variants like the runner ups after like the first initial run.
Yeah, and then they started coming out, and you're like, okay, I've seen enough of these. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I had it looked like the bedroom, like the weird etching of the girl sleeping and some like a shadow was in the door. You know the one I'm talking about? It was kind of like brown in color and stuff.
I think so.
Yeah. Because there was the chalk outline one.
Yeah, the chalk outline one was the worst.
Yeah, there was the puppet.
My friend who fucked his sister had the chalk outline one.
Of course he did.
The winner.
He's like, they look like dead body outlines.
The winner was
Oh, yeah.
the puppet, and the other one was the one where it's the band members in straitjackets, you know, and they're kind of like cartoon drawn. And
Yeah, I fucking hated that one though.
I hate that fucking Hot Topic Jinko art, that Flamehead art that it was so popular back
Dude.
then.
Don't make fun of it.
Oh, here's where we see his Fonzie jacket, I guess.
Let's see.
Oh, and Wes Craven has a great cameo coming up in this scene too, or maybe it already passed.
Not you, Fred. It's right here.
Yes. Hello.
Not you, Fred.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be in a second. You little shits. What'd you call me?
Oh, okay.
Oh yes, it might have passed. I'm not sure.
No, it's gonna be right here. I think. Right.
You don't know. Why do you keep saying it's gonna be here? You don't know.
It's right. It's right here. It's right here.
Yeah, it's right here.
When he comes back.
Maybe not. What the fuck? The movie's fucking with us.
See?
No, it's coming up. Yeah, it's like fucking
Yeah.
Mandela effect. No, it's coming up.
Actually,
Shut up. Just let it come, like me, baby.
there might not be anybody there because this is when he dies.
It's right here.
Oh, it's here. It's right here.
Yeah.
What do you call
I'm
me?
like the Freddy Krueger guy.
Yeah, that's fucking Wes Craven, and he's wearing the original clothes from the original movie.
That's
'cause I
fucking
guess-
awesome. I'd never noticed that. Even all the times of watching this, I don't remember that part.
I guess Wes Craven got to keep the Freddy clothes, and so he's wearing the original sweater with the
That's fucking
solid
awesome.
red.
The Christmas
Sleeves.
tree. Yeah.
The only one in the series where he has solid red sleeves. Every other movie, the sleeves were striped too.
They should have gave Robert
There it
Englund
is. Did
a
you see it?
cameo. No, I missed it.
He grabbed it and pulled it right there.
Yeah, I saw it. That's cool. Well, they should have gave Robert Englund a cameo, like they do with like Linda Blair and all these people.
Yeah, he
Oh,
could have
yeah.
been someone in the school. Like he could have opened a door and he could have been like taking a dump or something.
He could have been just like an English teacher, like briefly.
Yeah.
He could have been teaching. He could have been teaching the class that Sydney's sitting in, where she's distracted, right?
That's like that Monster Slayer movie. He's a teacher in that and turns into this fucking nasty ass fat monster, dude. I love that movie.
Yeah, like
It's pretty dank.
That was one of those movies that. We're getting a staple here. I think this is where it comes. Oh, it's not. They later on we'll see. They always play that fucking Nick Cave and the Bad Seed song, "The Red Right Hand." It's in every single one of the movies. That's how you know. Fucking every time this movie plays on HBO or Encore, Nick Cave gets a fat fucking check of like 53 cents. What do you guys think of Nick Cave?
Nick Cave is he's a certain kind of vibe. Like
They should make a Nick Cave biopic and it should be played by Nick Cage. I would come.
Nick Cave's one of those. I could put Nick Cave on if I'm like on a long night drive, and it just kind of puts me in a weird zone.
I love my baby and my baby loves me. Yeah, that's a vibe music, baby. Like
It's not. It's not. I can't listen to that shit during the day if I'm cleaning the house. Right? It's not that kind of music.
I can.
I can't.
Aaron, have you ever seen Monster Slayer?
I've never seen. You said it's a Robert Englund movie.
Dude, me and Zach used to go to Family Video like fucking like our thing was we'd fucking either, we'd go fuck around or fuck around, record something stupid, go out for a walk, go to Family Video, get some fucking stupid shit, some slushies, and then we'd go to Family Video and we'd look for like fucking something that would be cool.
That shot, I always love that shot because it looks like the fucking Bigfoot shot.
It does.
It reminds me of fucking Signs, the alien walking by.
Mag, I stopped giving non-Nightmare on Elm Street Robert Englund movies a chance after I rented Phantom of the Opera and was fucking sold a pile of shit. I was missold.
Yeah. See, I've seen a bunch of his shit and they suck so bad. But
See, the fucking Monster Hunter movie, like that was one that I saw it and liked it. It had really good effects, but like most horror fans who went to conventions, basically that was one of those movies like Hatchet, where they were shopping it around to all the conventions and all the horror fans saw all the best parts and like the previews. So when they finally saw the final movie, they were like,
Really? Fuck.
Yeah.
Hatchet's just okay. It's whatever.
The first one's the best one in the series, though.
And it's okay. It's fine. It's the only one I've ever seen, and it's just whatever. It's fine.
And then the second one, fucking what's her name? Jamie Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't she in the ones after that too? Isn't she?
I don't remember. I just remember that like people were like fucking freaking out because her eyebrow. Remember her like people were like, "What is going on with her eyebrow in that movie?" Because it looked like she had like some kind of botched Botox or something, or one eyebrow stuck up way further than the other one.
I remember around the same time, maybe a little bit. Actually, it was probably more like when the first one came out. She was in that movie Stakeland, and I remember Riverman and Lush were like, "Oh, you gotta watch Stakeland. It's so good." And I just, when it gets that much fucking recommendation, especially if it's like your friends at the time, yeah, I just went to Best Buy and bought it. It was like on Blu-ray for $9.99. And this was like in 2012, and I'm like, this movie's not very good. You guys suck.
It was a rent.
Jamie Kennedy in this bitch.
Jamie Kennedy, hell yeah. Apparently he got the job because whenever he was doing like readings for the script, he kept like fucking throwing in jokes, and it was cracking fucking Wes Craven up, and he cast him in it.
That's fucking awesome. He's funny fuck. Remember that show? X?
The Jamie Kennedy Experience?
Dude, fucking great. That shit used to crack me up.
Jamie Kennedy Experiment.
It was like a white person Dave Chappelle.
When he started, yeah, that's exactly what he was trying. Remember when he promoted a Creed concert, and then when they went there, it was Creed with a K. It was just like a one man, like him and a guitar.
That was fucking amazing. Actually, that was
that's the troll dankage right there.
That was before fucking Dave Chappelle, and that was before fucking Punk'd. He did it before them.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Didn't Beavis and Butthead do that fucking gag too? Didn't they like call up a bar and say like Metallica was playing? Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was an old thing, and of course, no one showed up. I gotta relive. I gotta go back and watch Beavis and Butthead, and maybe like the best shit's on YouTube because.
What would be your motive?
What would be your motive?
You guys want some smokuses?
Yeah, fucking smoke up, Mac.
I already am, baby.
Song. He's a man, he's a man, he's a man, he's a little battles I'm born in the cold as a man.
But yeah, like I was saying before I got interrupted, we used to go to Family Video and look for all these fucking movies we've never seen, and that's how we found like some classics, baby. And that Monster Slayer was pretty great.
Oh, everybody. We all did that, man. That's why.
Well, yeah, but
yeah, you didn't have to tell us that we went to Family Video and found.
Nah,
we
dude,
all did that.
It makes the story sound so much better. I could have been like, yeah.
It makes it
actually,
sound
you know
more,
what? How about this? We went to this. Fuck Family Video. We were the cooler ones. We were like, fuck Family Video. What was that one called? Showtime. The one that your mom's
Video.
Spotlight. We went there. That's how we found Bad Taste. Fucking Zombie.
We found all the fucking all the Italian stuff. Zombies. We saw.
Dude, it was like living in the 90s again. It was great.
We saw the box for fucking for Fulci Zombie, and it's like, how the fuck do you not rent that?
Dude,
when you see that box?
I felt like I was a kid again. It was fucking great, and it was.
We were kids.
At the risk of sounding like an old fuck, kids today. They don't have that same experience with streaming. I mean, because the difference is you don't bond with it it's like
you don't get hurt because it's not in. You can't rent the shit because some douchebag stole it.
It's an event.
You get hurt because they don't fucking have it on Netflix.
No, it's an event though. It was an event every Friday night or whenever you got to go rent a movie to go to the video store and rifle through everything and just kind of like pick out a movie. You had made a bond and you made a commitment. Like, okay, this is my movie for the week that my parents are letting me get, and I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch it. And I'm really going to enjoy it.
When's somebody going to make the version that is set up like a video store and you're browsing through titles on a rack and then like you click on one and it opens it up?
See, that's where we come into play. We should do that. We should make our own renting fucking thing and just fucking that's fucking dankage.
Did you guys mind when stores had the little laminates instead of the boxes?
See,
oh yeah, it pissed me off.
Fucking Paris Video was like that. They had like a little thing in the they had a tag in like it was weird. They put like a fucking little plastic thing onto the box that held a tag, and there was like 2 or 3 tags.
And you had to pull it out to see if it was.
And then you took it up to the counter. Like that was the weirdest one from my childhood. Like every other video store just had like the box behind it. You just picked it up.
Well, I know there were some where they had the tags where it was just like a piece of like illuminated fucking with a printed picture.
Hell yeah. Fucking look at Arquette sucking that fucking ice cream. I just want to put my dick on his tongue.
Yeah, I know. It's back then, just like buying albums and shit. You just took chances and rolled the dice and bought stuff off the album cover sometimes, and that's how you stumbled across a lot of good flicks too. And I've told this story, you Zach, I think on a podcast maybe years ago. But when I had seen Hellraiser and I loved it, and this is in '95, and I never saw any of this. Well, no, I saw 3, but I'd never seen 2. I had seen 1 and 3. That's all it was out at the time. but I had never fucking seen Hellbound. So my dad went to the rental store with me and he rented Hellbound. And then, you know, he took the fucking Hellraiser 2 Hellbound box up to the counter at this place called Minute Mart. And I believe it was Minute Mart. And then they gave us the fucking video like as they do. And we went home and we put in Hellbound and it was Chuck Norris Hellbound. They fucked up. And so it's like,
dude,
hell yeah.
That's like, dude, I got a story like that too. Fucking remember Zach? Fucking, dude. We wanted Mortal Kombat, and fucking my mom brings home fucking Big Trouble in Little China.
oh,
Yeah.
so they fucked up in the
Dude.
Switch.
Well, no, my mom fucked up, and she thought it was Mortal Kombat because she saw someone that looked like Raiden. One of the fucking.
Oh my
lords.
God.
I was like, I was so pissed. That was the worst day of my
Well,
life.
you know what? No, but you know what's funny though? I'm sure it was.
Say a prayer for the youth of America.
I'm sure it's the same as you, Mac, when that happened. But when we popped in the videotape, like we didn't realize it. The videotape said Hellbound. We're like, okay, whatever. When we popped in that videotape, even though they fucked up, that was our movie for the weekend. So we watched it. Like, okay, we might as well watch it.
And that was when I fell in love with Chuck Norris.
That would have came right out, and I would have fucking took it back and said you fucked up.
Yeah, that's how we were. We would get pissed.
But you watched Big Trouble though, didn't you? You're like, okay, well, I might as well watch it.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. I was like, this is pretty fucking dank, but it ain't Mortal Kombat. I'm still pissed off.
But like, there was no Mortal Kombat movie at that time.
Yeah,
so it was
so
like,
I was
hey, I
like,
brought you
fuck
Mortal Kombat. It's like, what?
I was like, all right, Mom, thanks. You know, I didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Oh, okay.
One of those things. I was nicer back then.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if, I wonder if that happened with us. We had rented the Mortal Kombat movie a million times over, so many
I
times.
got a pee. I'll be back.
Go for it. And I think
Shake your wee wee.
we had rented it legit so many times, and eventually my mom just bought us a copy, like a used copy from one of the rental stores, because she had invested so much money in renting it a million damn times. But I remember one of the times, I think she accidentally rented The Journey Begins, that shitty animated movie. Like, oh, this isn't. I mean, it wasn't that big.
I love that. I have that one. I used to watch that nonstop.
Well, actually us too, and it wasn't a big deal because we'd already seen Mortal Kombat the movie so many times, and she eventually bought us a copy of The Journey Begins too, and I don't know why I used to like it, but I did.
You watch it now and you're like, holy fuck! Well, how did I even see this? Kind of like PlayStation 1 graphics.
Fucking
how did I even
terrible.
see what this looked like?
I used to not even no, it wasn't. I used to look at those little CGI cutscenes like Goro versus.
Oh, they would like stutter. They would like repeat themselves too.
When that was like in '95 or whatever, because they released that to promote the movie, right? They were like tied together and stuff. And I watched that, and I remember looking at those like CGI cutscenes or whatever, and I used to say to myself, "Oh my god, can you imagine? I don't think video games will ever get to this level." Because like they looked great at the time.
Oh, that's like Mortal Kombat mythologies when they used they pretty much did what they did with the Mortal Kombat with the characters. They just copied everything in real life.
Yeah.
And fucking put it in the game. And I was like, man, these graphics are crazy.
Yeah. Well, no, that was pretty impressive too.
I mean, it's still the cutscenes were great, but like it's so garbage.
What we had at the time was like Tekken 1. Tekken 2 or something. Maybe Tekken. No, it's just been like Tekken 1, 95, 96.
It's so.
But yeah, that's what 3D Fighters was.
Oh, fuck. Look at those fucking titties, dude.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, man, like, wouldn't it be crazy if we had we could play this where it was like Shang Tsung versus the Temple Master, or what was it, Goro versus his brother Durok? But now I thought we were never going to get to that level. Like, there's just no way. But now we've like far surpassed it, like a million times fold. And it blows my fucking mind.
Well, that's what I don't understand. The one thing when people complain about a game, people are like, why does it matter about the graphics? It should be dude, if that's the fucking case.
Somehow I knew you guys would still be talking about fucking Mortal Kombat all the time.
I was like, shut up. No, we're talking about video games. So anyway, I'm like, then why the fuck aren't you playing Atari still? Like, you've got to fucking do something. No one's gonna keep fucking. I mean,
yeah, because if they don't like, the greatest graphics, they must like fucking squares and pixels.
Hey, random video game question: what were the first games that you got when you got an N64, and when did you get your N64?
Actually, like I first played N64 at my friend's house. Zach, you remember a long time ago there was this kid that would come over to my house and bang on my windows until I'd answer the door.
I don't know.
He used to live, you know, when we used to cut through the grass to get to like Mayo School or just cut through. he lived as soon as you cut through and got onto the sidewalk over there, you could see like Mayo. He lived right there in that house, and I used to go over there and play fucking N64. What's up?
Real quick though, whenever she walks in and you can see her nips through her shirt. I remember watching this with my mom and my uncle.
Were they pierced?
Like as soon as she walks through and you see like her tight shirt and her nips poking out.
Yeah, I already said nice tits.
They both went, and I'm just like, they both look over at me, and I'm just like, whoa, dog. But here's a fun fact. So Rose McGowan, I guess, was so tiny that she could easily squeeze through this fucking this doggy door on the fucking garage door opener thing, and so they had to fucking like staple her shirt to the other side so it looked like she was having trouble. But yeah, I remember like watching the movie with my mom and my uncle. They're like, "What a fucking idiot! She's trying to go to the doggy door." But like, yeah, she could have in real life. Crazy.
It's a pretty big doggy door. Look how big it is. It looks smaller on that side, to be honest, but right there it looks huge.
Right in the nuts.
Now go ahead, Mac. Let's see. Look at them tits.
But back then they had technology in the garage doors where they would still automatically censor and shut off. Like that never would have worked.
Yeah, I don't think a garage door is actually strong enough to pick up a body like that. It would have just been like,
and it wouldn't have crushed her. And like I said,
I would have stopped.
Even in 95, 96, sensors were out, and these people are fucking rich as shit. They had it. So I love that when they make changes to the way technology is to make the movie work.
It's like in every movie, whenever they pull out a nail gun, they can somehow shoot it like a gun, which never happens. You can never do that.
Yeah. Anyway, finish your N64 story, Mac.
Anyway, so yeah, I'd go over to my friend's house because we didn't have that yet. But then when my dad had it, he used to fucking bring me stuff from like cars that were demolished that no one came for, so he could go out there and just take whatever. And he'd come home with all kinds of fucking games. So I think oh no, my brother my brother, when we first got it, it wasn't me that got it was my brother. He got the Star Wars edition one, the racing one.
Dog.
What was it? Star Wars fucking
that was Pod Racers or whatever the fuck it was.
That's when we got one. And it was black. It was the black edition.
Well, they were dark gray, so it was like darker than that?
It was just black. It was a black one.
All black, like just one tone, not like, okay, I don't remember that.
Isn't it great in the 90s and the 80s, though? They had these fucking 30-something people playing high school kids. That's amazing.
They still need to do that.
Yeah, apparently the writer was friends with Molly Ringwald, and he was going to give Molly Ringwald the character of Sid, and she's like, I don't want to play high school kid. I'm in my 20s now. And like, that could have like, did she ever do a movie since then?
No, she's done some TV, like Big Little Liars. I think she's on like some fucking Family Channel type TV and stuff now. But wow, in 96, Molly Ringwald, huh?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That would have probably changed the way her career went. She probably would have got more work later. But so you got Pod Racers. Zach, when did you get your first N64 and what games did you get with it?
My friend Jared, we traded something for it, and he gave me his N64 and a bunch of games. I think fucking the South Park game was one of them, where you could pee on the snow and throw it at people.
I remember I got one. When would it would have been, because it came out Christmas 96, right? I didn't get it that Christmas, but I got it the following spring in 97, so it was still new. And my dad, he had once again abandoned us. And see, my dad did this thing, right, where he would cheat on my mom and leave her for like some 18-year-old girl, and then like clockwork, she would end up dumping him, right? I don't know if she was using more, and he would try and come crawling back once he got dumped. And he would be all reformed, like, oh, I'm going to be better, I swear. And he would try and butter everybody up. Anyway, this was one of those times where he tried to come back. He was living in Florida because he moved out there with some bimbo, and he was trying to come back because he got ditched. And to butter my mom up, he bought us a Nintendo 64
Dang.
And from Florida, and we were in Nebraska. Wait.
See, if I were you, I'd be trying to set my dad up with all kinds of chicks to cheat on, so he'd keep buying me shit.
So, well, dude, fuck it. That's where it stopped, dude. He never bought us anything ever again. That was fucking crazy. I still can't believe that happened. Anyway, he actually sent her the money, is what it was. And then I remember the day when the money came in, because this is back in the day where you had to fucking actually mail it or wire it. You know, it took time to get money. But I remember when the money came in, and my mom and we went to Best Buy, and I got to buy that in a game, and I bought Mario 64. But that's all we had was the system and Mario 64. And that was like probably the single most impressive video game moment of my life. The whole ding, it's me, Mario, all that stuff. Because up at that time, I didn't have a PlayStation. I had been playing Genesis and Super Nintendo for fucking years at that point. And so that was my first game. But then when Christmas came, you know, some months later, we got Star Fox. That was the new game that season. And then fucking Clay Fighter 63 and a third.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah, and then I
had that on Apple.
Those were Apple?
Yeah, they had it.
What do you mean, like a fucking Mac 2? What are you talking about? Apple?
Yeah, a computer.
You're right. You have your iPhone.
Computer, dude.
Apple computer.
Oh, okay. But not I don't know, Clay Fighter. Not that one though, I don't think. But anyway, those are, I want to say I had those games for the longest time before I got any more games. I don't know. I think the next game we ended up got was Banjo-Kazooie. And that probably came out like a year or two later or something. But yeah, I played the fuck out of Star Fox and Mario 64.
Now here we're getting to the seed for fucking Sidney Prescott, fucking what's her name, Nev Campbell. She never showed her breasts until 1986 when she did Trading Places. She never showed her tits till she went legits. Yeah, I just said a line from that Randy says in this movie coming up.
She's the Scream Queen.
Yeah, fucking, what would you do to fucking jump into the movie and be the skeet and be able to fucking skate all over that Nev Campbell pussy?
God damn, why do you sound like fucking... Oh,
we were talking about like, oh yeah, the new one, Scary Movie 5, that could be like a MTV movie, and they can get Nev and Neve from fucking Catfish. They're in the same movie. They fucking got the same name. And then we discover that they're part of the fucking satanic cabal because, you know, one of them spells their name the way you think the other one would spell their name. But that's neither here nor there.
I don't
know why I told you a fucking Apple Mac. I don't know.
That's why I was doing a double take.
It was Nintendo 64. It was a 63 and a half.
What a fucking Riri.
63 and a third.
And I vouched for you.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I vouched for you too.
No, dude,
I threw my neck on the line.
No, listen. They did have a Mac Apple. I just remember playing on both of them. I would go back and forth, and like they had the stupid.
I'll be right back.
They had the apples that had the different color backs. It was like the green one.
I'm gonna see if Clay Fighter was ever on a Mac. That's what you're telling me.
It wasn't. I looked.
So you were just saying you had a Mac.
When I went there...
He was just telling us what his name is. He's fucking retarded.
I just told you what the fuck I did. I told you when I was there at their house, they had the old school, like the Mac computers where they had different colors on the back.
Okay. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, so is that...
Yeah, but they had Clay Fighters too, and
You got it mixed.
Yeah. That's what happens when you smokes the weeds.
I remember being into that. I was into any new games at the time.
You know what never got a game? Scream. That movie we're talking about on this commentary.
Well, I mean, this was past the point of horror movies getting video games like on the NES. You know, you got Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger, and all that shit in the NES. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's cool is they actually watched the Michael Myers movie.
Yeah, this is one of the first movies where they fucking reference horror movies. It's fucking like, it's dank. So people like us could watch this and be like, yeah, these are like our friends. This is donk. Pretty cool.
And they show it too.
See, I've only seen Scream 4 one time. It's the only one in the series I've seen like once or twice. And like, I remember they were making a lot of jokes about remakes. And...
Well, because that's that one, right? It's about the reboot, the Stab reboot, and it's all about making fun of reboots, right?
Oh, look at him fucking caressing the tits.
Hey, how much do you think they got for showing Michael Myers on screen? Or how much did you think they had to pay John Carpenter?
Did Dimension own it at the time?
Dimension owned them, yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
Because they have to pay fucking William Shatner, though.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Here it is. She never showed her tits till she went legit. Oh yeah.
No, he never knew about it. William Shatner didn't even fucking know for the longest time.
Look at that granny bra. I'd still fuck it.
Look at those old. Wait, what?
You are amazing.
Where are you guys? I think I'm not with you guys.
We're seeing them fuck.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing Randy answer the phone.
What was I gonna say?
You not seeing that?
Oh fuck!
I was gonna say something. Can't remember. It was right before Mac was all like, "Oh," or you were like, "Oh."
He's like, "Oh yeah, they just found the principal dead," and they're like, "Hell yeah, that's dank."
Ran up the flag, in the flagpole. Yeah.
They're like, "Fuck yeah!" See,
let's go see him before they fucking peel him off or something.
Yeah, remember how like back in the day we'd have like fire drills. I remember one time I had this friend Dustin, and like we line up, but we were going to Redmond School. It was in 3rd grade. We line up in front of the school, like this is where we're supposed to meet, like right in front of the fence, right in front of the school. And then we're supposed to look away from the school. He turns around and he goes, "I want to watch the fucking school burn." And I'm like, "Holy shit, my friends are crazy." And then I turn around too, and I'm like, "Yeah, I would want to too, because you got to fit in with your friends,
just in case they have a gun." That's Gangsta 101.
Oh, hey, that's what I was gonna ask, man. Like, where do they have to go with 5? Because in the first one, obviously, it's the whole meta of horror movies, and the sequel goes into the whole meta world of sequels to horror movies. I think the 3rd one was about the trilogy, right? Like trilogies. Maybe I'm wrong, but the 4th one was already about reboots, right? Wasn't it? So, like, what's the 5th one going to be about?
Yeah.
What number are you guys on?
Bro, I'm on 11735, 11736.
All right,
they're taking a walk.
I got it.
They're taking a fucking long walk on a fucking short cliff.
Did you see those old school Dorito bags? And did you see the Clerks when it zoomed into the VCR?
Yeah, when we were looking at Randy's nose.
Oh, Miramax movie setting on the fucking VCR. I wonder why.
They just fucking.
Do you think Kevin Smith had to suck what's his face's dick?
There's a really funny story about like fucking Harvey Weinstein walking out of screenings of Clerks like 3 different times, because always on the scene where they were fucking shitting. That whole monologue about smoking, like he'd always get up and leave because he's a smoker. It's like, you fucking pussy. Like, he's a big fucking pussy. Like, all the stories I've heard about him are so fucking like that. There's a story about this where he's like, "I don't like the fucking mask." Yeah, shoot the scenes. I think he even asked him like, yeah, do the movie with like 8 different masks or 3 different masks, and I'll watch it and I'll just which one's best. And they're like, no. Like, yeah, fucking,
what?
You had people that were just gonna be like, they put their foot down. Fucking Wes Craven's like, "Fuck you, no, I'm not doing that."
What is this now? What?
Harvey Weinstein, the fucking rapist, fucking chip. His face looks like a fucking chip with like all the cracks
Douglas?
and shit in it. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, fucking. He's like, "Yeah, I don't like the mask. Like, shoot like 3 different versions." And they're like, "No." Yeah, well, let me tell you what. We'll give you the scene that when it's done edited with fucking Lori,
He didn't want to do the movie?
Drew Barrymore, and you can decide then. That's what happened. But this is after they fucked. See, if I was Skeet after I just busted a fucking fat ass nut and Nev Campbell, I would have told her like, "I'm the killer" right as I came. See what she said.
You ever think about things like, I wonder what that room smells like right now, post-sex?
Like fucking sweet candy.
That stank.
Oh yeah. I smell sex.
Candy. Yeah. Aha.
Who's that lounging
In my chair.
Mama, this surely is dream.
Green.
Yeah. It's an amazing song.
Do you ever get a wild hair and go on Spotify and listen to like one of those one-hit wonders back from like the 90s?
Oh, dude, I have a bunch of them, dude. I fucking have all those shits. Why do you think I got that Bobby, baby?
But then you listen to a little bit more of like the said album, and it's like, oh yeah, this is why there's only one hit on it.
Dude, I always liked, what was it, fucking Wildflowers?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No? Is that what it is?
Wildflowers? You mean the wallflowers?
The Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Yeah, dude, Wallflowers, baby.
Yeah. Come on, try a little.
Yeah, I love that song.
Nothing is forever.
That's a fucking
Beta.
damn good song, baby.
Technically, they had like 2 hits, but I always lump Filter into Well, you wanna take my picture?
That's a great song. Making a filter, making a filter, making a filter.
Hey, we don't have to use the filters anymore. Faulkner said we could use pillow sheets.
What am I gonna do with all these butts?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great movie. That's a great film.
What movie's that?
Fucking Biodome, bitch.
Oh, that's right. That's why.
Beta.
Fucking Dawson's Creek, bitch.
Was Biodome also a Hollywood picture?
It was.
You know what's fucked up is Hollywood Pictures is a Disney thing, and it's they're not on Disney Plus.
They don't got those on Disney Plus. Fuck boys.
No, but they have fucking they have a couple. I noticed there's a couple movies. They have a couple Hollywood Pictures on there, but they don't have the good ones.
Yeah, but do they have Tenacious D singing They Just Want to Save Some Trees?
No, but they
I
don't have.
fucking think so. Get out of here.
They're so ashamed of these adult films that they're just gonna censor out fucking Pauly Shore altogether and deep fake somebody else's face on them.
But to me, there's nothing super adult about like Son-in-Law. I think that fits fine on Disney Plus. And I was
there's nothing wrong with that movie.
Fucking dude, Pauly Shore oozes sex every fucking second he's on screen. Amazing.
Look at his cones.
They redo this in part 3. She falls from that same window. But damn.
They go back to her house? Or was it like a set? Was it like a film set?
The set.
Okay,
fucking
that's right.
Beta.
I
Don't
can't
even remember. Don't even remember the great Scream 3.
Hey, Connie, how's Maury?
Oh, yes. Fucking Jane and Silent Bob are in Scream 3, too.
Holy fuck.
What?
I'm going to sound like the biggest fucking idiot of all time.
Probably. What's
You
up?
always do.
Yeah, because I never knew who the fucking Great Value Johnny Depp is, and I was like trying to put together what Zach was talking about.
Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah, it's fucked that's him. He looks fucking disgusting and gross. What the fuck happened
I'm
to
lost.
him?
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I am lost.
What are you talking about?
Like what he used to look like in Scream compared to like when he got in trouble.
Why
What?
did he get in trouble? We didn't know he got in trouble. What are you talking about? You're on a different wavelength.
We're just talking about
Okay, listen.
Fucking Riri.
I'm high as fuck.
The extent of what we were talking about was
Skeet.
Listen.
I
Skeet
would
Ulrich
just-
in Scream looks a lot like Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street.
I know. Listen
especially.
to me first. I was looking on here to see what he was fucking talking about, the Scream thing, because I was confused. So I typed it in, and it shows a picture of Skeet next to fucking Harvey, and I thought it was him. I was like, oh shit,
my
that's
God,
him.
what a fucking idiot.
Anyway,
What a fucking retard.
I'm fucking stupid.
Here's a fun fact. Bob Weinstein approached Robert Rodriguez, Danny Boyle, George A. Romero, and Sam Raimi to direct the movie.
Wow.
Kevin Williamson said that they probably wouldn't get it, though. He was concerned that having read the script, many of the directors believed the film to be purely a comedy. Ironically enough, Rodriguez would direct the footage for the fictional in-universe film Stab.
I didn't know that. That's good.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I remember that, too.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Dude, fucking dumb.
Oh, here's a fun fact. Elizabeth Berkley auditioned for the role of Gail Weathers.
Really?
But was immediately turned down due to the backlash received from Showgirls. That movie ruined her fucking career.
It was
That's
pretty
amazing.
fucking terrible, man.
Wait, she turned down being in the movie again?
they turned her down.
Oh, that's dumb.
Well, I mean,
You don't even know who I'm talking about, dude.
fair
Yeah,
play though. I mean, like, what else? She at least took a chance. Like, what else was she gonna do? You know?
She could suck my dick.
It blows me away though the inconsistency of Paul Verhoeven. Though you watch a movie like that, and you stack it up next to a RoboCop or a fucking Total
One
Recall.
of his greatest films ever made, Hollow Man.
Yeah, I mean, that and even like
Where we see Kevin Bacon's cock.
Starship Troopers is fun, but that fucking Showgirls, man, it's terrible.
So, hey, speaking of Harvey Winston, did you know about the fucking with the misconduct of him? Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
we all heard about that.
Rose McGowan.
We might have.
Bruh?
Yeah, we might have talked about that. You high fuck.
Did we really?
How high? Yeah, we've only been alluding to it like 8 times throughout the commentary.
I know. I was just fucking with you. Continue.
But yeah, look what they're watching. They're watching Halloween. Halloween's
Yeah,
it's a fine film.
Yeah, we talked about that, Zach.
We did a live commentary for Halloween. That was our first ever live commentary.
Oh yeah.
We gotta do another one sometime.
This is funny though. Gail Weathers, she hooked
She's a
up with
bitch.
her and Kenny the cameraman. They fucking they sneak a camera in there. What the fuck do they think they were gonna get out of that? Like, what story could they break with fucking footage that they got illegally? Like, that's amazing. Gail Weathers, everyone.
I think there's some news stations that would take it, right? I don't think most stations want to fucking touch that shit, but like, I think somebody might have.
The Inquirer.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, fuck. I don't know. Well, she obviously has aspirations of writing a book already, right? Or she wrote a book.
She has ass burgers.
That too.
Oh yeah, I would know because I'm an Aspie. I'm a fellow Aspie. Somebody took that to heart. They're like, Zach.
Well, hold on. Before you say that, let's be careful. Let's tread lightly on our words because I'll read comments. Actually, it's a good segue. I don't want to you got to watch your words maybe because I think like you said, these people some of them are serious, right? You don't want to be insensitive. And that particular person also emailed us too, and I think IM'd us and stuff because they actually wanted to get their recommendations across. So.
Yeah, somebody he sent a message. He's like, Zach, I'm also autistic in my 30s or something like that. I'm like, I don't know if I'm autistic. I think I might be. I don't know. So
no, you don't try and backpedal thinking you might be to say no. Fuck you, dude. You were like taking the piss.
I did say I might be. I said I have I have all the signs. That's what I said.
Do you really have all the signs, or are you just taking the shit on it?
That's what I fucking said, isn't it? You gonna
signs?
fucking play me down like I'm not real on the show?
What signs?
Like I'm playing a fucking character or something?
What signs do you have? Didn't you say they refilmed the two endings here where like he dies, right?
I don't fucking know.
Didn't you say like David Arquette actually dies and they redid it? Anyway, no, so what do you mean? What are the signs? Tell me.
Just fucking look them up. I sent you a video and I said like, hey, I watched this video and I think I might have autism now. I said that like 8 months ago. That's how much you suck. You're not there for me in my time of need. When I'm fucking worrying, I'm fucking going through having this fucking crisis. Like, oh, am I finding out something about myself I didn't know? And you're just like, don't care. Not gonna click that.
I'm so fucking lost.
Fucking
yeah,
betas.
hey, I'm gonna read that. We'll get to that comment though that you were talking about. I'm gonna go in order with Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I got to read Oliver Closeoff. He says, you guys need to do Ace Ventura, Pet Detective Jr. By the way, When Nature Calls is not superior. It sucks. Huh?
Beta.
Buh?
They're both dank.
Yeah, I love When Nature Calls. I think Nature Calls just has the funnier bits, man.
Junior is amazing too.
Okay,
what a fucking troll you are.
We got to watch it though.
It's a fine film.
Yeah, it's just like what was it, Babysitter 2?
Son of Mask.
What was the one we tried to do? What was the podcast we did with fucking Get Her Done?
Oh
yeah, we started doing fucking Jig All the Way too. We didn't finish it.
Yeah, that was a funny
Gross.
fucking podcast though.
Witch King says on Ace Ventura, I want to see that Carrie exploitation Cable Guy, baby.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, I would do Cable Guy. I rewatched it a few nights ago actually, and yeah, I mean, I still kind of stand by what I said. It's got a lot of quotable moments, and it's fairly funny throughout. It's just kind of fucking all over the place, and it's flawed. But I would do it in a heartbeat. Let's see. Okay, Blocko69 on Ace Ventura as well. He says, I'd eat that Einhorn package.
Fuck yes.
He says, Google YouTube be filtering and deleting comments. I've dropped some doozies that never seen the eyes of my favorite channel, Revival House.
Oh, so I was looking through our default settings in our fucking thing, and yeah, it was checkmarked to fucking hold certain comments for review. And I unchecked that shit. So you should be good now.
Wait, so actually, no, and I want to piggyback on this too. So he goes, basically, he's dropped some doozies that never have seen the eyes of my favorite channel, The Revival House. He says a corn-fed harvest mouse, a hooker, a nun, a Flemish peasant, woman, whips, chains, whistles, yo-yos, a circus midget, my grandmother riding by on a bicycle gives me the finger, and a duck. Farley exploitation.
Oh, yes.
I'm so sorry, honey. Could you put your daddy on the phone? No,
him mentioning his grandmother, though, that reminds me, like when you're a kid and you hear like, oh yeah, your dead relatives, they go to heaven. Like I remember being like, that's going to be weird jacking off, thinking my family is watching me from heaven.
Dude, I think that every fucking time I jack off, though. Still to this day.
That's stupid because now it's kind of gotten into my mind, and now I can't come unless I think about old dead relatives watching me jack off.
Well, you know that he was talking about Block of 69, that comment that we addressed on the last commentary we did, because it was, DeRoy's 59 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Basically thinking that we were censoring and removing comments, and he got a little, upset and emotional about it, but we had to put it straight saying we didn't do it, man. Like Google was fucking Hitler about that stuff. We even leave up the comments fucking tearing us apart.
Yeah.
We don't even take those down. We read them. We read them on the podcast.
We repost them.
We're seeing it. We're seeing the fucking it's revealing the fucking killers.
Yeah.
Stu and our boy.
See, look, a guitar pedal. I was right.
What's up, Sydney? You look like you've seen a ghost.
When he's like, guess how I'm gonna die?
It doesn't even sound like him.
No, it doesn't. No, but I was also gonna say though.
Did they just forget to add the overdub for that?
Yeah, it's weird. They could have easily done it, right? I don't know.
As a kid, I didn't really pay attention to it. I was like, fuck. What's going on?
I was gonna say after that whole hoopla on that fucking comments, right? And we pled our case. I did respond to him in the thread, explaining the case, and we put it on the podcast. I have noticed since then that he deleted his comments, right? Probably because, and that's good. I'm glad. It sounds like you understand that it wasn't us, so I'll just leave it at that. Adrian Mendoza on Ace Ventura, he says, the great Udo Kier is very gay. Speaking of gay, I was a big 311 fan in middle school, mainly because I had a he's like, mainly because I had a crush on the lead singer, Nick Hexum.
Peanut?
No, Nick Hexum's the singer. He says, Aaron.
They both are.
Aaron, I'm sorry to hear about the tomato sauce spilling all over you. This fucking comment just fucking grosses me out. He says, after you told me that story, I immediately imagined a scenario where you spilled that ragu all over your tight white t-shirt, a grocery store employee, a rugged tone-bodied hunk, asks if you need help getting cleaned up. Appreciative of his help, you say yes and head to his office. The employee has a damp towel and begins to pat rub you on the stain. He insists that you take off your shirt.
Today's the
to
day.
better clean the soiled garment.
And then right after he busts his fucking nut all over you, you gotta fucking wipe that off too.
He says you agree and take off the t-shirt clinging to your body. Now shirtless, he begins to rub the damp cloth against your muscular chest.
This sounds like a dank story. Tell him to finish it.
No, confused yet aroused, you let him keep going. It gets kind of gay after that, he says. Have a good day, guys. Yeah, fuck, man.
Nah,
please
keep going.
No, please don't.
How are you gonna get all that cum off your shirt afterwards, though?
Dude, that kind of reminds me of that book that we used to read when we'd go record for our band, Never Say Die. We had a band called Never Say Die. And our producer had this fucking book. I can't remember the name, but my ex, when she would come over, she read the whole fucking book in a day while we were recording. And dude, there's so many fucking weird ass lines in that book. It was
it's a scream, baby.
It's a scream.
Back. Fucking amazing scene here.
Son of a bitch.
We're talking over it with fucking stories and fucking questions.
Isn't it funny? Like if I talk over Zach, he turns into autism.
Always.
It's so strange, but this whole fucking time he's been talking over me. I don't get it.
Is it
You're
Zach,
so easy to fucking talk over. It's so
Zach,
fun.
Max, the older
Look
one,
at
right?
Look at that pedal.
Oh yeah.
There's another.
Yeah, they'll never look at my fingerprints.
Look at that fucking Leon S. Kennedy jacket. It's great.
That's not his jacket, is it?
It's as if it was, if they had DLC, that would be his coat.
Oh look, fucking Stu's wearing his sweater too. If they had DLC.
Hell yeah.
Hey Adrian, if you want to do any more gay fanfic, just make it about Zach and Mac, if you don't mind. Hey Ace Ventura, Chrissy. Hold on.
We've actually opened it up that like you guys get to write the Mac and Zach Bible. Like you are our disciples. Anything you write, any kind of fanfic is a part of the official Mac and Zach Bible.
Well, there you go, Adrian. Hey, so this is a comment you were referencing earlier, and it's on the Ace Ventura commentary. Listener by Chris Rides ECR, Chris Rides YCR, something like that. He says, "Hey Zach, I'm 30 years old and also have autism, and I enjoy the commentaries you guys do for movies. Some movies I think you should do for commentaries are Angels in the Outfield, D2 The Mighty Ducks, D3 The Mighty Ducks, Look Who's Talking, Home Alone 2, Cool Runnings, Rookie of the Year, all the Final Destination movies, all the Saw movies. Reply to this or email me. Yeah, I mean, we've done Final Destination 1. I don't think we've done any Saw movies. I would love to do Cool Runnings. I rewatched that yet again just a couple nights ago. That's a really easy watch. I like watching it. We did one of the Lukusakis.
Look at him drooling all over himself. I want to fucking stuff my cock in there.
Zach, you got fucking issues, dude.
I do.
I'm waiting for one of these days, man. Just one of these days.
I got like I remember I had a copy from fucking Walmart that had the cuss words cut out of that shit, and then I got it again with the cuss words in it.
I'm bleeding everywhere. Little
woozy. I'm dying. Oh, Zach, your favorite comment. Freddie got fingered. End time support group comments. You're not Rip Torn.
Okay. Yeah, fuck that guy.
And you just say, yeah, we are. Okay.
How's he gonna fucking challenge us like that?
I don't get what he means by that.
I don't know. That's why it's so funny, man. I love it.
How could he not get it?
Oh, yeah,
he's
I get
fucking,
it now.
He's calling us.
He's calling us
not
out.
Rip Torn. We are.
Like, he's calling us out.
He's a fuckboy.
I love it, man. Call him out too, man. Start something.
We could throw some fucking WCW fucking shoot interviews back at each other.
Yeah, he's a cut rock, baby.
Detroit Rock City, Mendoza. Mendoza says on Detroit Rock City, funny commentary. Zach said a few things on this one that made me LOL. I watched along with you guys, and I have to say that this is a charming film. I'm sad I missed the train on this flick. This film has a great cast. Aaron, how can you dislike Natasha Lyonne? The actor Giuseppe Andrews, who plays Lex, has been missing for a few years now. When you posted this, I read that, and I actually Googled it about this shit about him missing. And I'm like, oh, interesting. He is.
He's literally missing? Fuck me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's so much missing as he purposely went off the grid, right? And then I started going down the rabbit hole about him. And I mean, do you know much about him, Zach?
I know he directs like a lot of fucking trauma movies. Like he makes these weird ass fucking movies about old people and fucking yeah. It's just
so he moved into a beat down trailer park, right?
Yeah,
and then he would spend his days like filming like literally these movies with like a camcorder and the money he has in his pocket, and he would do it with the homeless people that live around the trailer park. And he would just film these weird ass fucking guerrilla movies. Like they were like legit. They're movies that we would have just done when we were in high school, like in the backyard with a couple of friends.
I remember watching one of them. It had this old guy. And he's like prank calling some lady, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you want my cock? You want my cock? I got a real cock with blood in it."
I think he was he was selling his movies on his website, right? And he just basically went off the grid. His website didn't get re-registered. Like the URL goes nowhere. He's not on social media anywhere. He just kind of disappeared. So it's funny how like in the age of social media, if you get offline and you get off the grid, you disappeared.
How the fuck am I going to find him whenever I try to make my Detroit Rock City sequel now?
Well, somebody said, I guess that lives in the small town, that there's a bar that he frequents. And I guess the last sighting of him was he came in and he seemed like he was in a lot of trouble. Like he was on drugs or maybe somebody was after him and he just they never saw him again. Like he skipped town or something and he just vanished. So who knows? But apparently he's just wherever the fuck ever. I guess, remind me, the director.
It might have been that fucking meathead brother found out where he was living. Now he's going to come beat his ass and steal stealing their Kiss tickets.
Rifkin, right? Didn't he direct like a documentary about him and how he made his movies? Giuseppe's Andrews movies? Yeah, I Googled that and he was saying Rifkin did a fucking documentary about Giuseppe Andrews' fucking weird gorilla movies in his trailer park. So that'd be a fun watch, but I never heard about it until now. So that was cool, man. I'm glad you dropped that factoid on us. Very well, because they also said, I was Googling, that he was never really accustomed to Hollywood and he didn't want to like do that. And so he like purposely went to go live in a trailer park and he became homeless. He didn't even like live in a trailer park anymore after a while. He became a homeless people because apparently he just got along better with those types of people because that's how him and his dad lived until he got quote unquote kind of discovered. Like him and his dad were fucking homeless and living in a van down by the river, legit. So it's kind of a weird story, but he seems like an interesting dude. Fucking party man. Only the party man.
He is the ultimate party man.
Let's see here. I'm not going to read Exploited Cinema just because I know you guys might get to those. Let's see here.
You're ruining the climax of the movie.
Sorry, man. I had a thing for you.
What the fuck is he moving around with all those stab wounds, baby?
Because he's fucking Omega.
He is. Bitch.
99 stab wounds.
I like when he's like.
So yeah, originally he was going to survive this.
Now, I've always wondered, would that really happen? I don't think so. I think it would just, you wouldn't even bust through the glass. Like that thing just would have smashed his face.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have went through it, and it wouldn't have like caused a big electric fucking shit going on like that. It wouldn't. It just would have smashed.
Fucked his head up pretty much.
And who knows? It might not have killed him, but it just would have like fucking crushed his head. Crushed his head. Hey, I know this is not the commentary to read it on because it's a Mac and Zach comment, but I just wanted to read it for fun. Yasmin Aiden says on your high noon at Mega Mountain, fuck you. So fuck you guys.
Exactly.
I feel like you like to read our shit and just fucking post it to us and laugh about it. Like you're always finding shit, people talking shit about us.
Well, they do it. No, we got
fucking eat it up.
Zach and I got some shit here in a second. I'll show you. It's pretty funny.
She just penetrated him. We missed it. She penetrated his wound. This is they turned the channel. He didn't insert his cock into her. She inserted her finger into him. What's it saying there? What are they trying to tell us? It was that a fucking cry for help because this movie was funded by the Weinsteins. Could have been.
Should have been.
Hey Zach, did you? Oh yeah, you commented on this guy on the Power Rangers commentary we did. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. Young Black King said these guys are idiots. Yeah, we know.
He's a fucking king. That boy, I know that motherfucker. We blaze it up. I come over to his house. He fucking rolls me blunts for me and shit. I smoked his whole sack up and shit.
Yeah. Mendoza also, lastly, I'll just put here, he wanted to say he fell asleep an hour into our live stream when we finished up Symphony of the Night this past weekend.
Beta.
But he said he would love to see a live commentary this weekend. Just keep us posted if it happens. Obviously, we didn't do a live commentary today, but I want to do one soon. I think we should do one. I'll do one whenever you guys want. We have to think about what flick we want to do.
Fucking there's the dad. Like the dad never got to leave.
Oh, you know what's funny? The commenter I was telling you about, the one that made all his requests, the Disney flicks and stuff. He's just asking to be prank called because he gave us his phone number.
Okay, that's
one.
one.
Oh yes.
No, he wasn't, really asking to be prank called. But I'm saying if you give us your phone number,
yeah, I saw it. He pretty much threw his number out for us to do anything with. Let's do it.
Like, oh yeah, just
post it.
I'm like,
let's do it.
No, we're not gonna post it. It would be in fucking just good fun. But I'm saying like it's so tempting. Like, man, you give us phone numbers, it's so tempting to prank call.
What'd you mean? What'd you think I meant?
Did you just imply that we should post his phone number for people to call?
I'm saying we should fucking like send it. Fucking let's prank call him.
No, but you said put it out there.
Post it.
I meant like record it and put it on the show.
Yeah, I meant post it, like dial it into the phone and then press go.
We are.
Oh, shut the fuck up. This is the scene. This is the first time they had a jump scare at the end of the movie. Bam! Like as you're getting up to turn the tape off, it just makes you shit your pants.
I ain't fucking never even noticed that. So that was a fucking autism thing.
Hey, so anyway,
shut the fuck up.
Zach, get the prank
anyway,
retard over here.
Yeah, no. Hey, look at all these Weinstein. No, we're not gonna do that. I just thought it was funny. But
not that number. I just sent us one.
I thought you wanted to do that after we're done with the podcast, and we're going to do it as a separate segment. Is that not what you meant?
Yeah, you're ruining the ending of the commentary.
Well, sorry.
Let me close it up and we'll do it. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I think we should do all the Scream movies. I don't know if we should do them in sequence. I mean, I'd be down to if you guys want to. I mean, maybe just let us know before it's time to record the next one.
We can make 2 our next live.
I would be down, so I wouldn't mind knocking them all out. We got to do Batman Forever, too. We got to get to that one. But anyway, if you guys have any requests, you guys can comment on the YouTube videos. You can comment on social media. You can drop us emails at revivalhousenetwork@gmail.com. If you guys are on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share us with anybody you think that might dig the content as well. Make sure if you guys are on YouTube to follow us on podcast services. We always link all the other fucking places down below.
Buy some merch.
Yeah, well, I'll get to that. We're, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher. Check us out there. Leave us some feedback. That helps out a lot. As Mac was saying as well, if you guys want to support the show, we've got a Patreon set up. If you guys want to check out the links below as well and give us feedback on Patreon. I've said it a million times. We launched that at the worst fucking possible time as soon as COVID hit. Now it seems like nobody even remembers COVID now that everybody's rioting. I mean, that's a separate fucking topic altogether. It's really funny, by the way, how like nobody even remembers COVID. It's just gone. But anyway, we want to be able to do
I've actually, like, before we started recording, I was drop kicking cops all day. Actually, I've been going around rioting too.
We would like to do somewhat of a.
We got Shaggy with us.
We would like to do like somewhat of a soft relaunch of the Patreon, but I want to let us know what you guys want, what we can add to it, or what we can do for you guys.
Fanny packs.
Fanny pack. I'm talking about Patreon, man.
Yeah.
As far as content,
yeah.
He's talking about
Merch.
Teespring.
I'm talking about merch.
If you want to support us that way, we have a Teespring as well. You can find linked. You can find T-shirts for just about all the shows that we have, and shit like that. And that I like Teespring a lot. I mean, they pitch us off a nice profit whenever we sell a shirt, so that helps out a bunch. But anyway, do you guys have anything you want to promote, like a Mac and Zach coming out or anything?
No.
Yeah, we got some Mac and Zach coming out. Stay tuned.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, I kind of feel like Zach, we should do a deep end to talk about all this fucking shit going on. I want to talk about it, man. All the stuff that I don't want to talk about on this podcast.
I feel like you should blow me.
All right,
That could be in the deep end too.
yeah, the deep throat. That's all right.
That could be the next one afterwards. Like I blew Zach, and then I blew a line of coke. I don't know what's wrong
Let's
with
break
me.
this down. All right. Anyway, enough rambling. Thank you guys. Tune in next week, and you guys have been great. Bye bye, puppets.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore. A slasher with a knife and the girl next door. And 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye, puppets. Zach Pete in a solo cut band. Couldn't miss Kirk Cameron's love and Josh and Scott failed and Riverman's babe. Bye bye, puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.